Look, Hollywood is in this, I'd say, rough spot. Maybe some people disagree with me, but with what's happening in gaming and what's happening, and look, well, gaming has for a while now it's overtook Hollywood as far as like movies are concerned as the like number one kind of entertainment thing that people gravitate towards. So, whether you consider that their problem or not, I mean, that's just a reality. Now, you couple that with the direction that Hollywood has been going, with their the content they've not only put out, but also with how a lot of the individuals within Hollywood seem to feel about the people that pay for their product, if you will.
It's not politics to say you're not a Nazi!
So we talked a little bit, I can't remember on what, maybe it was on Real BBC, this whole like, did we already reach this sort of peak era of the, at least with the quote unquote wokeness of it. So what is your position on that? Do you think there's more to come, or, and I think this is, I don't want to answer the question for you, but I have a feeling that you're thinking more so at minimum from the audience, they're already over this.
Yes, the audience is done. We are way past peak woke. I can't say Hollywood, woke entertainment. So many of us for years have been warning that this was coming for the things you love. They want to destroy the things we love. And because by the way, the activists, the activists, they don't want us to be comfortable. So they start invading our leisure items, games, comics, shows, movies, anything. And we just talk about it in this sphere, and it has been dismissed for so long, but the audience is way past it. Like today, for example, don't want to totally date this podcast, but we have a very magical movie releasing.
Yes, a very magical one. The American Society of Magical Negroes.
A very magical movie releasing, which I think it really signifies that we're past peak woke, because like nobody's even talking about it. And this is the kind of movie that I think the critics will actually bash it now. But a year ago, they wouldn't have. 2 years ago, they wouldn't have. It would have been 99% critics score, 2% audience score. And and you're going to see that tide turning with the critics who are left, not saying they have integrity. They just want to keep their job. So they see the tide turning. But yes, that time has passed. The audience is over it. They're not going to go see this movie. They're not going to go praise this movie, and YouTubers are just going to go clown it. But I think it is important to clown it because, my God, this is just a holdover, and we're going to get a lot of holdovers, particularly in gaming, when certain games are still 3 years out that Sweet Baby Inc. just completely infiltrated and destroyed. And imagine how bad it's going to look in 3 effing years.
Oh,
and it's blowing up. It's great. It's great to see Sweet Baby Inc. Causing this basically. Well, Dan Vasc started Gamergate 2.0. Let's be real.
I'm going to teach you the meaning of pain. I'm going to teach you the meaning of humiliation.
Let's run down that story real quick.
Yeah.
Dan Vasc cut out a gaming stream of heel versus babyface, our friend Az.
Yes.
Sorry, did you want to get immersed in our world? Yeah, well, guess what? Fucking pronouns! Fucking gender ambiguity! Fucking current day Californian shit! Because that's all we fucking know! Because we're boring! We're so fucking boring!
You're right.
Posted it on his Twitter, so neither of them could make any money off of it going viral, which is hilarious.
Oh, fucking Dan, man. Fucking Dan, man. We had him on not too long ago, by the way, and fucking idiot, man. That's shout out to Dan for he popped this thing off.
There was a Gamergate 1 and he started Gamergate 2.
Yeah, he did that. We all blame Dan. He's in the chat. Shout out Dan. We do blame Dan because he for sure popped this thing off. That got everybody at least aware of what's happening. And you had these. And I think we've seen a little bit of it in Hollywood as well, where you get these kind of figures. Maybe they're wishy-washy. Maybe they kind of go where the wind goes. depending on the audience or general opinion. When something is safe to talk about, then they talk about, oh, we could waste this whole entire podcast about now all of a sudden with Gamergate 2.0. A lot of people that seem to have bashed that culture are trying to get in on it and act like, well, they're newly kind of discovering that this has been an issue, as if, to your point, there's been a lot of people in our sphere that have been talking about. But that whole thing pops up. And now we're seeing that Sweet Baby Inc. is basically the kiss of death, is what I refer to them, because I don't see at this point how anybody, anything that they've worked on is going to be used as some like marketing tool. I don't think that. I think if anything, a lot of these companies are going to try to hide their presence, because at this point, if someone knows that they worked on your project, and granted there are other Sweet Baby Incs., but at this point, if they know that you're working on their project, or that Sweet Baby Inc. is working on that project, they're out. They're more than likely out. For better or for worse, fair or unfair, they are out.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here. Get out of here, man.
Which I think speaks to your point that the audience at minimum is over this. But considering the cycles of Hollywood as well as game development, and this stuff takes years, there's a lot of stuff that has to come out over the next few years. I guess that's what's going to make it very fun, with probably movies as well as games that are going to come out that have that kiss of death, that are going to age so very poorly, and they're going to be dead on arrival. And it's not like they have the ability to pivot. I think we've discussed that before as well. This is what it is. So do you see that there's going to be look, I think you guys have talked about, gentlemen, as far as what's is that on Netflix, right?
Yes.
Okay. So that's on. Do you feel like those are market corrections or outliers?
It's hard to say right now.
Okay.
It's hard. I think it could possibly be a correction.
Okay.
Don't give me hope.
I think that it turned around fast enough to where it's possible, to where they saw a success of A Gentleman movie, which was just a normal Guy Ritchie movie. Some would argue him returning to form, especially after Madonna and Aladdin. We won't talk about those things. But like The Gentleman is the best show I've seen since One Piece. It's a phenomenal show, and it's just a normal show. It's a normal show. Drug dealers double crossing each other for 8 episodes, and it's great. It's great. And I think when they see more successes like that, plus they're cheaper. These things are are all locations, not a lot of CG. You just get some good acting, some good storytelling. And I was told yesterday by Chris Gore, a friend of Chris Gore, a major screenwriter, had said that there are no jobs.
What would you say you do here?
Now, the problem is what we've seen with Sweet Baby Inc. is the woke mind virus is terminal.
Right.
It's terminal cancer for entertainment. And it's impossible. Grums, who's been like on top of this crap on Twitter, just
shout
great. Respond to my tweet, and he was right. He said the rot runs deep. It just runs too deep. And when Elon took over Twitter, and we found out that the FBI was working for Twitter,
insane,
the FBI,
That's
and now
insane.
with the with the Department of Homeland Security kind of shadow backing, calling anybody who criticizes that Gamergate 2 is a harassment campaign, like that. Thankfully, it's not 2016 anymore.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to head over to rippaverse.com to check out our comic book company. We have books, plenty of merchandise, and even some glorious animations from Rippaverse Studios.